Jeez.
So, my mom bought a new car in like 2013, and it was a stick shift. And she told me that I was going to be able to learn how to drive stick shift. So, went to the mall parking lot. Went into the mall, did some shopping, and then when we came out, she told me that I could drive home. So I get into the car, I'm super excited because I'm finally getting to learn how to drive stick shift. And put the car in reverse. My mom's like, okay, easily let off the clutch and then hit the gas a little bit and you'll find the sweet spot. And I was like, alright, I got this. So, I do what she says, I'm easily letting off the clutch, putting on the gas and everything, and it dies. And this continues for about 5 minutes, and there's cars behind me, they're honking, and my mom's like, you know what? No, this isn't going to happen. Not right now, we'll do it later. So, that was the first time of me driving stick shift, and it was awful. So, I'm here to talk to you guys about why you should learn how to drive stick shift. The difference between the automatic trannies and the manual transmissions are an automatic, it automatically shifts through all the gears for you. Then the manual, you have your little gear shift right here, and then you personally shift through the gears yourself. And the two reasons why you should know how to learn to drive stick shift is because, one, it's safer, and two, it's cheaper. The websites that I got all of my information from were the First Quarter Finance, New York Daily News, Quoted, and the Odyssey. So as I said before, knowing how to drive stick shift is cheaper. Now, manual cars all the way around are cheaper than automatic cars. Their gas mileage makes getting gas cheaper because you control the RPMs. And when you're going up hills and such, you can control what gear you're in instead of having your car or your truck try and downshift, but then upshift and downshift, wasting a whole bunch of gas. The initial purchase of your car is cheaper because most places, the automatic will definitely be more expensive. Whether it's between $500 to $1,000 more expensive for an automatic, your manual is going to be less money to buy. And then also, they're cheaper to fix because they have a simpler, structure when it comes to everything. Everything, that makes it run. So now that we know why they're cheaper, let's talk about why they're safer. Manual cars are safer to drive because you have more control over your car. You have a quicker brake time because you can downshift your engine and you can use your brake pedal. So if you just downshift, you're using your engine to slow you down. And then say you need to stop really, really quickly, you can use downshifting and braking to slow your car even quicker. And then also, if you're driving and it's raining and you start to hydroplane, you don't want to use your brakes because it'll cause you to slide this way, that way, and you'll lose control. But if you downshift your engine or your transmission, your whole engine will slow the car down and it's safer. And the same goes with driving in the snow. Say you're going and you're driving down a hill or something and you have to brake, you just need to downshift your whole entire transmission and it will slow your car down instead of using the brakes and then having it slide into a curb or something. And then also, while you're driving stick shift, because you do have to use both legs and both hands, it causes you to have to pay attention more because you're focusing on what your RPMs are at and what shift or gear you're going to need to go in or anything like that. So now that we know the good and the bad, just kidding. I wouldn't tell you the good without knowing the bad. So, the bad parts about driving stick shift. There's a few of them, but they are there. So, one of them is that you do have to use both legs. So, say you're an amputee and your left leg's gone. You wouldn't be able to drive stick shift without doing modifications to your car, which most people don't want to do. And then you also would end up having issues with your left leg if your clutch is really hard to push down because you're constantly having to shift. I know me personally, whenever I'm driving my mom's car, because that's the only manual car that I have, and have accessibility to, after a while my ankle will start to hurt because I'm so far back in the seat, I have to kind of reach with my foot. And then also, starting on hills sucks because you have to make sure that you don't roll back into the car behind you. And if the car behind you is too far on your butt, on the back of the car, then it's more likely for you to get into a car accident because you roll back into them and they don't know that you're driving a stick shift vehicle. And also, when you're driving a stick shift vehicle, you have to compensate on how fast you start to get up the hill. And then also another bad part is just the jerks of learning how to drive stick shift. Honestly, I thought that I got whiplash a couple times because of how much the car was jerking. And then just the amount of time that it takes a person to learn how to drive stick shift, honestly, it depends on each person, but it could take a certain person a long time because they can't get the feel for the car. So, now that we know the good and the bad, let's recap. So, knowing how to drive stick shift not only saves you money and keeps you safe. There are a few things bad about it, but overall, everything's pretty good. Now, I'll leave you guys with this. 82% of Americans don't know how to drive stick shift. Are you guys going to be a part of that 82 for the rest of your life?
Yes.
I've been driving stick since I was 8.